Michael's dream of the living day. That night, Michael fell asleep with the question still inside him, not in his mind only, in his chest, in his throat, in the place where prayer begins before it becomes words. Why can't Israel and the Middle East find peace? Why do children have to inherit the rage of people who lived before them? Why does the world keep asking the living to pay for the dead? Why does every generation seem to wake up inside a story it did not write, and then spend its life either repeating the story or trying to escape it? Michael turned beneath the covers. Bathsheba was beside him, breathing softly. He listened to her breath. He listened to his own. He tried to let the day go, but the question would not let him go. Present, he whispered in the darkness, using his name for God. How do I speak about this? How do I speak when the world needs truth, but also needs love? How do I defend Israel without hardening my heart? How do I grieve children on both sides without becoming confused about evil? How do I forgive without pretending? How do I love without surrendering truth? The room became very still. Then the darkness changed. It did not disappear. It opened. Michael found himself standing in a vast room without walls. Above him was no ceiling. Beneath him was no floor exactly, only a surface of light that seemed to hold him without effort. Around him were chairs, hundreds of chairs. Some were old and broken, some were made of stone, some were carved from olive wood, some were empty, some were occupied by shadows, some were waiting. At the center of the room was one chair unlike the others. It was not large. It was not decorated. It was simple, plain, human-sized. A small sign rested on it. The living day. Michael stared at it. Then a voice behind him said, "That is the only chair that belongs to you." Michael turned. An old man stood there, wrapped in a robe the color of desert sand. His eyes carried centuries, but his face was gentle. "Who are you?" Michael asked. The old man smiled sadly. "I am every ancestor who suffered and every ancestor who survived." Michael looked around the room. More figures appeared. A woman carrying a child, a young soldier with dust on his boots, a scholar holding a book, a refugee with a key around his neck, a king with tired eyes, a farmer, a prophet, a mother, a hostage, a child who had not yet been born. Michael felt his breath catch. "Are you real?" The old man answered, "As real as memory, as real as fear, as